to Babes of Quincy. I'm Katie, and that's Kay. We are your underqualified babes chatting with qualified people to learn more about the baddest and brightest people and events in the Quincy area. But first, let's catch up.
Let's not put the podcast. Okay, the table is like...
click it. Don't click it.
But like, it's sticky because it's so cold. Like, it's the table's cold, but the air is warm. So it's like moist and sticky.
Moist. I'm keeping that in there. What mic are you on? Does it say on there?
2.
Okay. Oh, that's 2. It goes 2, 3, 1.
Why?
I don't know.
That would drive me nuts.
Drives me nuts right now. What's going on in your life?
What's going on in my life?
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Tomorrow's Wednesday when this is coming out.
I'm trying to think of like what's been going on. Like, honestly, I just feel like I'm kind of boring.
We're pretty boring.
Like I'm still crocheting. I got like halfway through a bunny head. So like I bought some eyeballs today for him.
You went to Michael's.
I went to Michael's. Go in for one thing, come out with a zillion others.
I always justify it because I use a coupon. For one thing, it's like 30% off one item.
Yeah. So for your birthday, you get 20% off your whole purchase.
Shut up.
So I am going to hack the system.
Nice.
And just make fake email addresses. And every day is going to be my birthday.
It's my birthday. No, that's actually really prime because it's expensive.
Well, yeah. It's like $8 for a ball of yarn.
I always get them on sale.
Yeah.
I always look for sales.
Well, I went in today with no sales and... my bank account hurts.
Yeah, I had to do a budget because now I'm not living on a farm and it sucks.
Yeah, I updated my budget today. My car is paid off in like
Congrats.
2 weeks. I think the balance right now is like $415.
Wow. That's
so
exciting.
I'm like very excited about that. So that
I know it's just life is expensive. Does anyone have any like hacks, I guess?
Like
or
budget hacks? So what I've learned is that you take all of like your debt and like everything you owe, like credit cards, you check out what the interest rate is. Always pay the minimums on everything, but whatever has the highest interest rate, like just push money into that. Like anything extra you can put into that to lower it.
Oh.
Do that. And then just like start knocking them off.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Where'd you learn that? TikTok?
No, it's a Dave Ramsey course. It's like a money course. So I use a Google, like my life is on Google spreadsheets.
Same.
So I have like my whole budget on my Google spreadsheet and I have when things are due, how much it is, the balance of whatever it is, like if it's a credit card or, a car payment. So I have the balance and the interest rate for everything.
Wow.
So then I prioritize things and then all of the money moves.
How old were you when you learned all this?
6 months ago.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say, I was like, no, they didn't teach us this. Like, I still have so many friends who don't know how to budget.
No, I have no idea how to budget. And with my ADHD, I'm very impulsive.
Yeah. Like, I manic spend. If I'm in a manic episode, I'm like, what should I buy?
Yeah. If I had a really bad day, like my worst is like Uber Eats.
Yeah. Well,
because I'm just like, I get home, I'm exhausted.
You don't know.
And I'm sad. Or I'm overwhelmed and I'm just kind of like, okay, Freshie, you're coming to me tonight or whatever else.
It's been better since like I've actually moved back to Belleville because before when I was living on the farm and coming here, it'd be like, oh, it's a treat. So I'm eating out. But now I'm like, oh, I live here and I can't eat out all the time.
It's expensive.
And I don't know. So can someone please advertise on here so we can eat more Freshie?
Just a Freshie. Will you sponsor us?
Freshie, you out there? No, but I did discover I went to the small scale bakery on the weekend. Jeanette and I like biked around town.
Love small scale.
So good.
So one of my girlfriends, Jen, works there.
Oh, really?
And she follows the podcast. I don't know if she listens to the podcast, but shout out to Jen because you're awesome.
Such good. My dog did eat half a loaf of sourdough bread.
It's so good though.
So you know what, Jada? Good for you for getting it off and eating it. And I have been posting a lot about my hot girl dog walks on our Instagram page.
I'm a big fan of it.
It's every time I went home on lunch today and I walked them and at least 3 people on each walk. If I see people are like, are you a dog walker? And I'm like, no. And they're like, you got your hands full. Like, I hear the same thing every day. I'm like, yes, I do, in fact, have my hands full because I'm walking 4 dogs.
Literally, my hands are full with dogs.
And then Frank's missing a leg, and it's just like chaotic. The whole situation. They're so awkward, all of them. But
they all have very striking personalities.
They do. And there's this new show on Netflix. I didn't watch it. I watched the trailer called Animal Intervention.
Oh, goodness.
The trailer's like this man petting his pit bull. And he's like, she's so loving and so kind. And then at the same time, she is a violent creature. And that is our new dog, Frank. Like, he's so kind and he sits at your feet. But if you touch him with your feet, he will bite you.
That is wild.
We should have named him Garbage. Like, he loves eating garbage. And if you try and take his garbage away from him, he will bite you.
Oh, wow.
But we've only had him 3 months. So
he's still like
time. He's gotten a lot better. But
no, it takes time.
He loves peeing in my parents' house.
Oh, I'm sure they love that.
Love it. No yelling at all.
Honestly, I think that's like the only thing that like, that I can't handle is like animal in the house.
Yeah.
So lately, my cats, I don't know what
Are your cats indoor, outdoor?
Indoor only.
Okay.
So they'll use the litter box, and for some reason, I don't know which one it is. I think it's Coco because he's really fluffy. There's always like a little like butt nugget that like falls out of the box.
Classic.
Do you need me to like shave your butt a little bit more?
Shave his butt.
And I'm like, okay, so that's what I'm gonna probably attempt on the weekend.
Lincoln's sure she can probably do it.
Well, Lincoln's grandmother owns Little Stinkers.
Oh yeah.
So I think I might take him in and just be like, he's too fluffy.
Shave his butthole.
Just shave his butthole, please, because the butt nuggets are weirding me out.
That is weird. I don't love that.
And
it's been a fun intro.
Oh God, we've covered
a lot of ground. You're all welcome. Should we say who we're talking to?
Yeah.
Today, last week, and you're going to listen to it in a couple seconds, we talked to the extraordinary Samm Foley from the Beauty Collective.
Yeah. I won't lie, low-key. No, I mean, I want to say low-key, but I'm high-key a fangirl of her.
High-key fangirl. Like, researching her, I was like, I get to meet this human?
Yeah, she's pretty incredible.
And she taught us a lot. You're going to learn a lot. And then go to the Beauty Collective.
For everything.
And then the main character in Picton.
Oh, I'm so excited. I've literally been looking up, like, all the things that she talked about. And, like, the treatments. Yeah. And I'm just like, yes, okay, I want all of it.
I do have a category in my budget called self-care. So saving up for some facials. Okay, so enjoy our conversation.
Yeah.
Front yard, no. That's why I pay people to do these things.
Seriously, right?
I already know you're too pretty for manual labor.
Yeah, my grandmother said it.
I still yell that
I'm very
at my
into
mom
that.
sometimes.
And I'm going to steal that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, seriously.
I say it to her, I think, like every other podcast. I'm like, but we know you're too pretty for manual.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, my grandmother paid for me to take dance class my whole life.
Yeah.
And my mom tried to toughen me up and put me in soccer. And I used to sit on the sidelines and just like pick the flowers. So I was like...
My parents did like the opposite because I was freakishly strong.
Yeah.
So they would just like make me carry things all the time. And like, it was like a game. They'd be like, oh, look, go carry this huge jug of water. And people would be like, she can't do that. And I'd be like, just watch her.
She's amazing.
She's so strong. And then I like got my baby fat came back, I guess, because I really like Joe Louis. But
same girl.
So good.
I just had a baby.
I just had a baby.
And then it just never went away.
Yeah, but worth it because your baby's adorable.
He is really freaking cute.
He's so angelic. Okay, so I wrote an intro because what I do is I lurk.
Hold on, I need to find my Google Doc because it's not showing up in my Google Doc list, but I know that you sent it to me.
I did.
I know that I opened it.
Excellent.
Weird.
But it's not showing up on the iPad. Did you use a different email account? It shouldn't matter.
I sent it to you, but it's in the Babes Google Doc.
Oh, that's why.
Stress,
Many
panic,
things.
panic,
I'm stress
stress.
sweating now.
Don't let me be the reason you stress sweat.
Stress sweat
Absolutely not.
is such a different sweat smell, I've noticed, because I've been really stressed lately, and I'm like, why do I smell so different?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, fuck it. I'm not using the iPad.
You got it?
No, but
Okay.
it's on my phone. We're fine.
Live, laugh, cry. Okay, here we
We're
go.
recording.
Yeah, we've been recording them for a while.
Fuck my life.
Love you. This week's guest is the definition of lady boss. We are truly honored to have her on the pod. Originally from Madoc, she graduated from post-secondary school with a Bachelor's of Science in nursing, and after working for a prominent plastic surgeon in Montreal. She has over 8 years of experience in pharmaceuticals. She used her love of cosmetic medicine and entrepreneurial spirit to start the Beauty Collective in Belleville and created the Academy. She continues to excel in business and has completed an MBA and is involved in many projects across Canada. In addition, she is a trainer for INMODE, a leader in medical technology. She lives between Belleville and Montreal, but we still count her as a local. She is on a new adventure as she prepares for the Main Character in Picton, scheduled to open in the fall. She is here to teach us all things skincare, self-care, lady boss, and cosmetic medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, please welcome Samm Foley.
Hi, guys.
Hi. I'm so excited for this one.
Excited.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
I literally just I was sitting there. I was like, okay, podcast guests. I'm like, who do I really want? I'm like, Sam.
Aww.
Like immediately, on my list of people I want to talk to, you are at the top.
Oh, thank
because
you.
I know nothing about how the things you do work or what it is and how to do it. And yeah.
You're also just a badass. I didn't really know that much about you, but I started Googling you yesterday and I was like, damn.
Well, thank you. That's so nice.
She's about to teach us something.
Yeah, big smarts.
Yeah.
I don't know. Depends on the day.
Because you go to the Beauty Collective.
Yeah. I get my hair done there. I'm actually due for an appointment. I have one in October.
Okay, excellent.
I'm very excited because.
And have you done any of the face stuff?
I've had a Formafacial, which is it's like a skin tightening. I don't know. Can you explain it?
Yeah, exactly. You nailed it. It's a skin tightening facial. So it's really nice. It kind of feels like a hot stone massage for your face, but it's using radio frequency, so bipolar energy to go through as well as
I have
heat.
Bipolar energy. Were you waiting for it? Kay looked at me. I was like,
so, and what it does is just helps stimulate collagen, tightens up the skin. It's really cool. When you have it done, they'll do one side of your face and you can take a look. You can see that side of your face is visibly lifted. It's crazy.
It's so cool. It's like a facelift, but
not painful.
And it just feels so good.
It feels so good.
The whole time I'm there, I'm like, Kelly, this feels so good. Don't ever stop.
Sounds very intimate.
Oh my God. No, it was just so great. It was super relaxing. But yeah.
I feel like I'm going to leave this podcast needing to spend a lot of money because I'm going to want everything we talk about.
Come with your list. We'll hook you up.
Did you always want to be a nurse? Did you finish high school and go right into nursing?
Yeah, so I didn't actually. I finished high school and I went to University in Montreal first at Concordia for exercise science. I thought I wanted to be an athletic therapist. So I got there, kind of realized that it wasn't really for me, but I wanted to stay in the healthcare industry. And I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do after, maybe physiotherapy, respiratory therapy, occupational therapy, medicine. So at the time, I got really good advice to go into nursing school because it's an unbelievable scope on the entire medical field.
Oh, that makes sense.
So it would really set me up for anything that I wanted to do. I knew when I graduated, I didn't want to work in the hospital. Honestly, it's such an insane job. And that was 15 years ago when I graduated.
Yeah.
So that's not
even more wild
now. To what it is today.
Yeah.
So I did go, worked at the hospital for almost a year after I graduated, just really wanted to consolidate all the skills that I had and that I learned and that I wanted to become more comfortable with just to see if I could, parlay them anywhere else. But concurrently, I also got a job working for a plastic surgeon. And that's when it all kind of started. So that was in Montreal. I think my other kind of insane thing that I did was I took my first nursing job in the biggest trauma center in the province of Quebec.
That gave me goosebumps. I was
it was intense. Every day was intense and every day was the worst day of somebody's life.
Yeah.
Right? Because
You don't really know what's coming.
You don't, like, you know, you go in for, let's say, a heart surgery or, you know, to fix a broken bone, and you know that this procedure's coming. There may be complications, but you don't think, I'm going to work today, I'm going to suffer an accident, and neither does your family. So it was a lot of client, patient nursing, and family nursing, which was honestly really rewarding. But oh my goodness, I swear I aged like 20
I feel like that takes
year.
such like an emotional and mental toll.
I would just be crying all the time.
Yeah. Well, it was really interesting when I was working there too. They were doing a study on the amount of time it takes you to be able to process something and go between one situation to another. And at that time, it was 8 minutes. So
oh my God.
If you had a serious loss or a really intense situation, they would give you 8 minutes. And then you were kind of expected to
move on to the next thing.
Holy moly. I wouldn't know.
So it didn't last.
Yeah, that would be so high stress.
It was just, and I'm empathetic and I care about people. And I found I got to the point where I started turning that part of myself off and I didn't even really recognize myself anymore. So I was just like, I don't like that for me. That's not who I am.
That's fair.
Not at all.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
My friend just, she just finished med school and I would always talk to her on our rotations and she said like ER was the craziest.
Crazy.
Just like the trauma after trauma coming in and you're just like moving from one to the other.
That's
so to be in there for a full year, I can't imagine.
And honestly, I mean, there's people that do it for 10, 20 years and they are just watching them is so impressive. It's
my partner's aunt is an ER nurse in Peterborough, so maybe it's not as bad. But
still,
like,
though, respect for those that it is.
Honestly.
My goodness.
And then did you start working then full time at the plastic surgery?
Yeah, so I was working sort of part time there, and then I realized that it just obviously wasn't for me, and that's when I got hired into the pharmaceutical world. So I ended up having to cover a territory. I was still living in Montreal at the time, and I ended up covering like a Mississauga Hamilton territory. So I had to leave the plastic surgeon's office at that time just to kind of do that. So when I started there, I was working in patient support. So basically what I would do is work with clients who had really expensive medication and try to help them navigate the healthcare system. So through private insurance, through public insurance, getting them on the Trillium Drug Program, all of that kind of crazy stuff that goes on behind the scenes to access these really specialty medications that people need. So I did that for 3 or 4 years. I started training in that. And then I was hired on directly by the manufacturer and I started doing marketing. So I was doing marketing, but for patient support. So the same sort of avenue that I came from for their whole patient support portfolio. So it was women's health, it was neurology, immunology, oncology, and just coming up with documents to help people and their caregivers to help navigate their disease, to help navigate their medication, their support. So it was a really kind of interesting side of pharmaceuticals. And at that time is when I was also doing my MBA. So that was really insane.
You are just like...
I'm like in awe. I'm like, how are you doing this? Did you have a mental breakdown? Because just thinking about it, I'm having a mental breakdown.
Many.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Many. And then, concurrently too, at this time, kind of depending where we were, based on my husband's job, sometimes I was working in Montreal and he was working in Toronto. So I would fly out Monday morning, work in Montreal for the week, fly home Thursday night back to our house in Toronto, and just kind of like ping-ponged back and forth, and then ultimately decided at one point he was traveling a lot for work. So I was just, doing a lot of, going out for dinner and drinks with friends, which was lovely, but it was like, maybe I could be more productive in my time. And so I took the injecting course in 2017 and just started doing that sort of on the side, and then decided that, I'm from this area. My husband, he's from Montreal, but his grandparents lived in Picton his whole life. So he grew up really familiar with this area. I have a big family here. It's a lot closer to Montreal. We decided this is where we would ultimately end up. And I thought, at the time, there was nothing really like the Beauty Collective in this area. None of the kind of modern medical aesthetics, technology, injectors in one spot. There was a lot of visiting injectors, which is amazing as well. But I thought, why not open a spot that, reflects a lot of the services that I enjoy getting in the city, because people here like those services too. I know that. I'm from here. I like them too. So.
And I feel like we have a lot of people coming from
for sure.
Out, and you're still looking for those city amenities.
Absolutely.
So it's like any city amenity we can get.
Absolutely. And the nice thing too is because the overhead's a little bit lower here, we can offer it at a bit of a nicer price too, right?
Yeah.
So we have people from that come up in vacation will get their treatments while they're here because they're like
makes
same
so much
quality,
sense. Yeah.
a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Why not?
Oh my God. Okay, so what was your first job ever?
My first,
because you said that you had some great jobs.
I had some great jobs. So growing up, my dad owned a bus company. So I would, like starting in grade 7, every year before school came back, I would wash all the inside of the buses so I could get my back
in my
to
mind,
school
I was
house.
like, she was driving the buses.
Actually, I would, like, not in grade 8, but when I got into high school, I would drive them around the yard for sure. Like, get them, put them in the wash bin, wash the outside. I'd go and like, you'd have to pull the seats away from the walls with like a thing and like scrape out. Kids are gross, okay?
Oh, we talk about this, yeah.
Could you? Oh my God! Like my one child is gross. Could you imagine like a whole bus full of children?
Yeah. So,
No.
Yeah. We'd do it at the end of the school year and then right before school went back. And then I worked at a cheese factory and at a haunted corn maze.
What did you do at the haunted corn maze?
I dressed up and hid and scared people.
That was the best job.
It was
so much
an
fun.
amazing job. I would highly recommend it. I got to take complete creative liberties with it. So I'm talking chick from the ring, all the good stuff, crawling around.
I love it.
Living my absolute best
Are
life.
you are you a Halloween lover?
I do like Halloween. I'm more of, I guess, like a Christmas girl, but and I scare really easily. Like I could never go through a haunted court.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
No.
I would probably just shake and shut down immediately. But
yeah.
I liked the control, I guess.
What a bold choice, and I love it. I love a bold first job, haunted corn mazes.
Just a haunter. No big deal.
NBD friends.
Yeah, put that on the old resume.
I had to ask because on the preform you were like, I had some weird first jobs.
Yeah, I did.
was like, what were they?
Yeah, that was a good one. Cheese factory, that was a good time too. A lot of ice cream scooping.
Oh, okay. I was like, did you eat a lot of cheese? Because I would, yeah.
God, I would just die the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I would just be like, no.
No, can't
I'm
do
lactose
it.
intolerant, but I still risk it a lot. I'm convinced I'm not lactose intolerant towards cheese curd because it's like the first part of it.
It might be.
It's
I
science.
don't know the science of the cheese. I just consumed it. But I was just kind of there.
You're just there in the presence of the cheese.
I think certain cheeses do have lower lactose levels, which is what you're allergic to. It's just like a sugar.
I'm going to bring you water buffalo cheese to try. I think you should be able to.
I think it's goat cheese that has very little lactose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
I could be. I don't.
We got
honestly,
really
I don't
into
really
cheese.
know.
This is
I just know that if I eat it, my tummy is just mad at me. And I can always tell when Starbucks doesn't use the right milk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've had to hand it back and be like, this is not going to end well. Please fix this.
Not going to go well for me. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Katie.
Have you ever thought about advertising on a podcast?
Actually, I think about it all the time.
So do I. I don't actually have anything to advertise.
No, neither do I. But I mean, I think about it because I want people to advertise on our podcast.
I would love for people to advertise on our podcast.
If you want to do that, you can shoot us a DM.
DM us, slide in.
And we'll send you all the info you need. Yeah.
Kay has that info. Man, we are legit. So you want to advertise. So if you are a local up and coming business and you don't have a huge advertising budget, but you have a little bit, hit us up. We're here to help.
We want to help you push that stuff on socials, and we have a whole plan. And we want to help champion some other local businesses.
Okay, have you had any injectables?
No, I haven't, but I really want it.
Yeah.
Like real bad. So as somebody who's never had injectables, what could somebody expect on their first visit, consultation? Like what?
And what is like the first thing people normally get?
Yeah, I mean, it's really different for everyone. So I would say the first thing to do is just book a consultation, come in, kind of talk about your goals, because sometimes people will come in and say, I want filler, and point to a spot that's, generally treated by Botox, or I want Botox and point to a spot that's treated by filler. Filler, when you think about it, it's adding volume. Botox is relaxing muscle movement, so stopping those dynamic lines from forming into static lines.
I thought they were the same thing.
They are not.
Look at this.
One's a neuromodulator and one is a hyaluronic acid-based kind of gel with different viscosity depending on where you're putting it and the brand. So there's a lot of technique and a lot of science that goes into it, a lot of education. And that's just one part of what we do. You know, we have a million other treatments. It feels like too, or someone will come in and say, I want to glow. It's like, okay, well, maybe we'll talk about medical grade skincare, facials. There are some fillers that are injected very superficially that do just retain water and give you a crazy glow. So the options are really endless, but I would say just come in for a consultation, sit, chat with the injector or the skin therapist. You can book a consultation with both. Figure out your goals, figure out your timeline. You want something that you're really comfortable with and you want to leave that appointment feeling empowered, not like you're walking out of there looking at everything that's wrong with you. That's something that we're really, really against at the Beauty Collective and the Main Character. And, everything that I'm involved with is that, beauty is a really ugly industry. Yeah. And there are people that will exploit you, that will make you feel bad about yourself to make money. And at the end of the day, that's not the vibe. That's not what we're doing. That is
the one thing I've noticed about going there. Is every time I walk in, I always just feel welcome. Good. And everyone is so nice. And I leave feeling amazing every single time.
That makes me really happy because that was the whole reason for opening a space like this was it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you come in for. It doesn't matter if you don't spend anything in there. If you just come in and ask questions, fantastic. We can provide the safe space for you to ask your questions, to get honest information, and then, leave and make your own decisions. There's a lot of educating, right? So.
When I lived in Toronto for a little bit and I suffer from really bad acne. So I was it was getting to a point where I was I just couldn't deal with my own face. Yeah. So I went to a medical clinic in Toronto. Yeah. And this woman, they took a picture of my face and it looked at all the layers. Yeah. And I was 22 at the time. And this really scary, lady who took the picture was then just yelling at me about what was wrong with my face and telling me I had the worst sun damage she'd ever seen in a 22-year-old. And then she was berating me about my jobs and not wearing a hat. And I was I don't love this for me right now.
Terrible.
And then I felt really pressured into getting all this service. She was well, if you don't get it, your face is going to fall off. And I was oh God. Yeah. So I feel I need to come to the beauty.
Please do. No, and that's such a common tactic. And it's funny you say that because we do have a skin scanner as well. And we would never say that. We would say okay, we do see a little bit of underlying skin damage. So let's talk about SPF. Let's talk about an antioxidant that maybe we can get you on. Let's talk about these kind of things that are good for your skin health, right? Yeah. So
I think, it can feel very attacking.
It absolutely can. It absolutely can. I remember a sales representative from a medical technology company coming in and he said to me, it was a body contouring one. And we do have body contouring. It's not, we have things for everybody for different things that they're looking for, but we don't carry this machine. And I will tell you for exactly why. He came in and he said, when you're going through your consultation, take a permanent marker and mark on them where they want to fix so that it won't come off for a while and then they'll be staring at it in the mirror. And I honestly looked at him and I was you need to leave now.
We're going to not do that.
Yeah, I was you need to leave now. He's I'm just trying to help you make sales. I'm that's not how I sell. It goes against the core being of this business, of this brand, and of myself and of everyone that works here because I know them. They work here for a reason. Yeah. They work with me for a reason. And it's not that. And it was just a dude.
I was of course it was you,
man. Of course it was. Ugh. Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? I would be... I don't even know how I'd react to that. I'd just be
I think
dumbfounded.
I'd laugh. I'd be are you just joking? We're joking? No? Okay.
Yeah. Even if we are joking, no.
No,
we don't do that.
Hard pass.
That's so aggressive.
So I'm basically, really just trying to soften that world and make it accessible for people who do want to participate in it, who want to take care of their skin. I always say too, aging is honestly, it's a true privilege. There's nothing wrong with aging. There's nothing wrong with any of it. It's just if there's something that, we know now we have the ability, the education, the technology, the science behind helping you in certain ways. If there's something that you don't feel confident about, let us safely help you with that. But if you do, that's amazing. We're not here to make everyone look the same. We're here to just make everyone feel as good about themselves as they want, as safely as we can. And as realistically as we can, right? So
a lot of my friends who have fillers or have done Botox, it's more so just they have literally no upper lip and then they get
for sure
injections or they have I don't know. That's like,
Yeah.
I know this. I'm pointing at my forehead, people, but it's like that scrunchy. It's really
we call
prominent.
it the glabella, or people call it their 11 lines, right?
Yeah,
Because you
they're
get the
11s.
two lines
Yeah,
down
yeah.
the middle.
And but my friend got it, and she said like I get less headaches because your brow is not constantly like angry.
I think I need that now.
Yeah.
We see a lot of people, especially people that really focus, hairdressers, people who are on their computer all day that just naturally will have that look, come in and get it. And they do get massive relief of headaches. Teachers who are like, all right, I do this all day with my face. I need to soften it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I find I don't like, that's the one I've always thought about doing just because like I am constantly, I think my constant state of being is like, I feel like my dad does it too.
Most people
Your
are
dad
like
definitely
that.
does it.
Yeah. He sits in the office downstairs just,
Which is why I thought he hated me for 5 years.
don't worry.
That's just his face.
Just his face.
That's when they're like, people are like, get rid of my resting bitch face.
Yeah,
please. Like,
yeah.
Okay, we can soften
We need
that.
to get rid of his resting bitch
Yeah.
face.
I need people to think I'm nice. Like, well, I can only do so much. Okay, no.
Well, because
I'm not nice.
so
Just
my
kidding.
friend who came to Dancing with the Stars, she had just gotten her lips done.
Okay.
And my mom was like staring at her when we got back to the house, and she was like, "Did someone what?" And then she's like, "What's going on with your lips? Why are they bruised? Like, are you okay?" And then and my mom literally has no upper lip.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, maybe I should do it. And she was like pursing her
Could you imagine Martha
funny.
getting lip fillers?
I really want her. She literally has no upper. Mom, I love your lip, but like she's like, there's
Send her our
nothing.
way.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're taking your mom to the beauty
Field trip?
collective. Field trip.
Yeah. And then everyone now I know is getting the flip, which I
lip
find
flip,
really.
yeah.
Okay, so what's the difference?
So lip filler adds volume to your lips. So you're building structure. Lip flip really just relaxes the muscles around the lips. So if you're somebody that smiles and your lip curls under and kind of goes away, it will stop it from doing that. So it'll just look a little fuller.
So you like keep your M kind of. Like,
Yeah, exactly. So I have a lip flip.
Yeah.
And
That's
I also have
weird.
lip filler too. So,
Really?
Yeah.
I can't even tell. Like,
No,
It's just,
and
like,
that's
so
the point.
natural.
that's the thing. It's like we don't have to all look like. I mean,
No.
bless Kylie Jenner. I think
I
she's
know.
gorgeous,
She
but
is.
like stunning. Love her. Whatever. But like, it's like people think of lip filler and they're like, oh, well, you're
I
gonna go
know.
Kylie, and it's like,
I know.
That-
no.
Yeah, I think that's the thing I see. It like scares me because I'm like, oh, they went a little too far.
Because the only ones that stick in your head are the really noticeable ones. The ones that you probably see every day walking around, you would never notice. That's never what you're going to associate with filler or Botox. You're going to associate that with someone's natural look, their natural beauty.
Yeah.
Because really, when we're talking about stuff like this, all we're trying to do is enhance what you naturally have. We're not trying to change your look. We're not trying to change what you look like. People tell me that all the time. Like they'll say, oh, I don't want to look like Kylie Jenner, or I don't want to look like Renee Zellweger, or like, do you have $30,000 you're going to give me? No, because that's how much filler that would take.
Yeah.
So,
That's a lot of work.
So you're not. You don't even have to worry about it.
It's okay. We got you.
But we always, we kind of joke, and it's such a like cliche saying in the injecting community, but the best injectable is undetectable, right? So it's just enhancing what you already have. It's not about changing.
Fun rhyme, yeah. I think that goes into our next question of like, what do you believe the biggest misconception of like fillers and injectables are?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that that's exactly it. That if you get it done, it's going to look botched, or it's going to look unnatural. Really, when you go to somebody who has, who keeps their education up, who has experience, who's using good product, using good technique, you're going to walk out really happy. And typically with our injectables, especially with filler, it's a slow technique. We might have you come in once every 4 to 6 months to kind of get you where you want to be. It's a good treatment plan. It's a process. It's honestly a relationship between you and who's working with you. Same with any skincare too. You're working towards a goal. It's not going to happen overnight or with one cycle of skincare products or one facial, right? So
That's
I
very
think that would be it.
Well, and fillers too, they aren't for life, right?
No,
Like,
they're not.
disappear.
They're hyaluronic acid, which is, we also have hyaluronic acid in our body. Your body just naturally metabolizes it. So, no, they don't last forever, which is, good and bad, I guess.
Yeah, because then I guess you have to keep paying for it, but still.
Yeah. But it depends, where we put it, the viscosity of the filler, the real, we call it the G prime of the filler that we use. Some you're getting 2 years out of. You start talking about lips, you're probably getting 6 to 8 months. Sometimes, maybe a little longer for some people, but that area of your face is so mobile. You're just
Where else
naturally
can people
breaking it
put
down.
fillers?
So basically, you can do it your cheeks, your jaw, your chin, your lips. So we don't do anything on the nose, anything on the forehead. You can do temple filler. You can get it in your neck. Certain types of filler. We're talking that really superficial one now. We're not talking to add volume. We're talking to like help with those tech necklines and things like that. People get it in their hands.
My hands are already pretty full.
Yeah.
Got full hands.
But we do a lot of jawline, cheeks, lips, chin.
Yeah.
That's where we do.
I know somebody got under their eyes.
Tear trough filler. Yeah, we do tear trough filler too.
That would hurt.
There's a few different ways you can inject filler, one of which we call like a bolus or droplet, which is where you put the needle in and push the filler. There's also a cannula, so it's like an IV. So you have an introductor hole, and then you put through like a plastic cannula.
Yeah.
And that's how we would do mostly a tear trough. So it's not that bad, but a tear trough is not for everyone. And there was a real kind of fad for a while where everyone thought they needed tear trough filler.
Because it takes away your dark circles. Is that the premise?
Depending on, it's really for hollowing. So it's just to add, again, we're thinking filler, we're thinking volume, right? We're thinking,
I'm learning so much right now, but now I'm like, do I want filler?
I was going to say, nobody needs anything. It's what you want.
Like,
it's not a need, it's a want.
I definitely want. I have wanted for a long time.
I'm
go
just film
scared.
I'll come hold your hand.
Like, totally. We have, different ways to make you feel comfortable. We obviously have topical freezing. A lot of our fillers have lidocaine right in them. We're about to introduce nitrous, so a little laughing gas while you're having it done. We have distraction techniques.
Oh my goodness.
And, ice packs. And all of our nurses, we spend a lot of time on education. Like, it's not negotiable. So they have kind of the latest techniques. And there's much more pleasant things you could be doing for sure. I won't say that. But really the part that the spot that I can tell you hurts the worst is the lips. Just so sensitive.
I can see that.
But you numb them. And
I'm like licking my lip now. Like, I kind of want to do it though.
Okay, so I talked on this podcast many times about the hydrofacial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Many times. And I keep telling everyone who comes in, I'm just like, you need to get a hydrofacial. You have to get a hydrofacial. I think she's
actually told like every one of our guests.
Almost, pretty much everyone. I'm like,
I was like, oh, girl.
Hydrofacial. So I want someone who actually knows what they're talking about to tell us about hydrofacial.
Yeah. All right. So hydrofacial, it's a wonderful facial. I mean, it's not that I don't want to call it a facial, but it's not you're like lay down for an hour, get rubbed, get massaged. It still feels good. Don't get me wrong. But it's basically hydrodermabrasion. So you're using water to turn over skin, to add a glycolic peel, to really just pull that top layer of skin off, all that dead sort of surface level. And then we also use pressure. It's almost like a vacuum for your face. And you can see at the end everything that comes out, which is like amazing.
My favorite.
Did you look at it? Oh, I want to do it just to look at all my gunk.
Some people don't want to.
Oh my God, no. I'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, that would be the reason why I do it. Yeah. It's like, yes, I get all these other benefits. I just want to see all the gross stuff that was on my face.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So really, it's just kind of like stripping off that dead skin, helping pull things out of pores in a really nice way versus, your traditional extractions, which can be a little bit uncomfortable. This isn't uncomfortable at all, I would say.
Look at my current face. I am a picker.
I've learned I had really bad acne, like cystic, and I stopped picking, but my partner's a picker. And say I'm like having a panic attack or like struggling, for some reason, she'll just start picking my face. Like, that's going to help me in the situation. And I'm like, you're going to need to leave. Or like, we'll be talking, I'll just see her like staring at where I know there's a pimple, and then her hands come in. I'm like, I will hit you.
But I'm learning.
No, it's a great treatment. It's really good to help with acne. We have other modalities as well, some radio frequency devices with microneedling that help really nicely with healing acne or with scarring or things like that. There's just, at the end of the day, the options are endless. And, it's really just important to work with somebody who's educated and to make sure that you're going to a facility that has, Health Canada approved prescriptions, Health Canada approved modalities. They're using things that have studies that, because you can spend tons of money on things that have no validity. And
I see it all the time on Facebook groups.
Of course.
It's like, hey, come to my backyard and we'll do this like fat freezing stuff. And I'm like, no, how about not?
Yeah. Is that Health Canada approved? I don't think so.
That looks scary.
I feel like that's good to know too. Like what do you suggest people, like obviously go to the Beauty Collective first, but like what should people be looking at for when they're trying to choose where to get
For sure. I mean, look at places that will offer you consultation. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I would say I would venture against asking, how long have you been doing this for? And more, when was your last education session? Because just because someone's been doing it for 10 years, this field is rapidly evolving. Somebody who's maybe been doing it for a year, but went to a conference last weekend might be further ahead. You know what I mean? And I'm not taking away from, built skill over time. There's absolutely merit to that. But, it's a real balancing act of evolving education and, really using your hands. It's an art, a lot of it. And skincare as well. There's always different ingredients. There's always different, like the it ingredient. And everyone thinks they need niacinamide. And then everyone thinks they need, an AHA, BHA. And of course, we all need different variations of things. But it's really about working with someone that can help you and isn't pushing you or pressuring you. That's definitely educating you. That's offering you, sound product recommendations, sound treatment recommendations, and really, willing to work with you on the journey.
I made the big mistake of buying a whole bunch of individual, like it's from like The Ordinary, right? Yeah. So I bought a whole thing and I tried them all at once instead of, introducing things gradually. And I burnt my whole face. It was not fun. And this is why you need to talk to people.
You do. I know. And it's not even against, we'll have people that come in and say, listen, I really like what I'm using on my skin, but this one thing, I just I'm not getting the brightness, or I'm just not seeing any turnover in the blackheads, or, things like that. It's like, okay, we're not saying walk in our door, chuck your skincare routine. It's like, okay, well, let's take a look at what you're using. Maybe we could add in this cleanser or add in this, nighttime serum or something like that. So it's not also about being judged when you walk in, and we might make recommendations to you, but we'll never be like, oh, no, don't use that. Right. Like, it's
I appreciate that.
It's not,
unless it's the St. Ives scrub.
We'll still hold back and say, you know what, there's probably a gentler way to exfoliate.
Well, I will be judgy. Do not use the St. Ives scrub.
Please don't.
What did it do to your face?
Micro tears.
Micro tears.
And then you can get all these infections all over your face. It's not good.
It's not nice. It's not.
Skin man. Too much.
And it's just, now we have the world of TikTok, where you have TikTok skinfluencers.
Oh, that's scary.
Wrong. Don't do that. Don't do that. Look at that 21-year-old girl. You are not that.
Oh my God.
It's not going to work for you.
I know, but all these TikTokers, it's so bad because they think they invent things. They like Gen Z's thought they invented vodka sodas. It's like, no, it's been here.
No.
I've been drinking it since you were.
I'm gonna let them have the low-rise jeans. They can learn the hard way.
Oh my gosh! I saw someone that I know the other day wearing them, and I was like, you don't do that. You don't know what vortex you're falling into. They used to advertise low-rise jeans with a razor. Do you know why? Because you had to shave to wear them. It's a slippery slope, my little friend.
No, my butt crack is too high for low-rise jeans.
We worked too hard to free you on these.
We worked too hard.
We brought mom jeans back. You're welcome.
High-waisted is in, honey.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I could, No, just bad things would happen.
I have my body type either.
No, they don't fit anyone's body type.
My gut will hang over.
I literally
have organs that stick out.
C-section scar.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
And it's just I can't. It's like, okay, we're gonna put it over or under.
No.
And I just need high-rise jeans forever. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I love
forever and ever. I will never.
Jeggings.
Stop.
Give me the jeggings.
I will never get rid of my side part. I will never wear a low-rise
I will never get rid of my side part.
Okay, that's the one thing that I didn't even know was a thing until I saw it on TikTok, and people were shaming Gen Z about having a middle part, and I was like, I've literally always had a middle part.
Yeah, and if you have, that's great.
But I just didn't even know a side part was a thing.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I've been getting my hair done by Kate forever, since she worked at other places. Yeah. And she's like, do you part your hair in the middle or the center? Or the side? And I was like, in the middle? And she and I'm like, dude, is that not normal?
Yeah.
But yeah, it turns out I just never got that memo.
Yeah, that's all right. You're winning because you're just a natural middle part. That's the cool thing to do. So
I guess so.
You. Look at you go.
Look at me with my middle part. God damn it. I need to stop.
I just never got on the middle part train.
No.
I've always rocked a huge side part.
Yeah, same.
I did this one thing actually that this is what spawned the middle part was I had this one cowlick one morning and I just cut it right at and it was right in the middle of my forehead and I cut it right down to the It was a look.
That's a look. I mean, hey, we've all had a look. That's for sure.
Oh, did you see my teenage dirtbag trend?
I saw.
Like, that was your actual hair. At one point, I thought it was just a filter.
Out loud. Like, this is great. This is what this should be about. I don't want to see you looking like you're from an Abercrombie magazine. No. You're not a teenage dirtbag. Okay?
No, right. Those
if
are
you
the
box
best
dye your hair black.
No.
You're not jumping on this trend.
Yeah, no, it was a professional photo shoot. But like,
I loved it.
It was this girl that lived in Toronto when I lived in Toronto, and she was like, hey, like, will you come and get your hair done? It's for like this hair competition thing that I have no idea what it's called. But I mean, it was like 2007.
Yeah.
And it's like this whole scene kid thing was like the thing.
Yeah.
If I saw that in 2007, I would have been like goals.
Yeah.
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 So
absolutely.
yeah, but like the green was like extensions, and then my bangs were
So
like they were purple. And yeah, it grew out very badly.
I would imagine.
Not good. It was not a good time.
It was such a scene kid. I forgot about scene kids, but yeah, that was a scene kid.
Yeah, I think the other time I got a really bad haircut was actually at another hair thing where I was a hair model.
Maybe that was the problem.
Yeah, don't be a hair model.
Do you have the pictures to prove it?
Oh God, I don't know if I do, but Kate definitely probably does.
So funny.
Because it was a conference, and yeah, I went with Kate and
amazing.
A bunch of other people.
We'll definitely be discussing this with her later when I return to work.
Oh God, it was like, yeah, it was a thing. We were supposed to dye my hair like gray.
Okay.
But my hair was like, I had box dyed my hair black so many times that the guy was looking at me like, oh my God, we cannot do this. We're going to kill her hair.
Yeah.
So they went, I think, bright red. And it was like, there was a bang like up near my eyes, but then there was also a bang like under my chin. It was
a look.
It was definitely a choice. Mm-hmm. It was a very specific style. Yeah. And he's like, can you maintain this? I'm like, oh yeah. Meanwhile, I have like a 5-year-old.
No, I cannot
maintain this.
Not a shot.
No, I wear ponytails every day.
Yeah.
What a time. Speaking of that, because Kate, who does your hair, is at the Beauty Collective. What else does the Beauty Collective offer?
Yeah. So at the Beauty Collective, we offer everything we've been talking about, from injectables to facials, different levels of facials, medical grade, some more relaxing facials, dermaplaning, hair removal. We have laser hair removal, IPL photo facials that helps with like pigment and redness in your face. We do have the hair boutique at the back with Kate and Joe. Yeah, I feel like there's probably so many other things I'm missing. Just all things skin, like a real skin and laser center, right? And then we do have the boutique at the back with the girls for the hair, but it's really a skin and laser center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like the whole, like you walk in and there's like a whole skincare bar.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And it's like the coolest thing. Okay, so yeah, I've gotten hooked on so many things that you've just like posted, like the SkinCeuticals lip repair. Love it.
I love that.
I feel like I need that.
It's unbelievable.
The Dew of the Gods, the under eye, like
the
cooling thing. Oh my gosh. I put it on every night before bed. I'm like, this feels so nice.
It's so luxurious.
What does it do?
It's just really brightening, tightening, good for cell turnover, because the skin underneath your eye as well is so thin. It's a third of the thickness of the rest of the skin on your face. So we don't want to be putting anything too thick on it, or we'll get those little white bumps known as melia. We also want to take care of it. So this is just a really nice cooling product that
it feels so good.
It does feel really nice.
It's like you put it on and it's like instant, like refreshing and cool. Oh, it's just so, I can't even describe it, but it's like the best thing I've ever, besides the Dew of the Gods, like the zit sticker things.
Oh, I know. Those are real.
Oh, do you have those?
We do, yeah.
Oh.
And they have little micro needles in them, so they actually like go in and then infuse through the night. That's really, and they're very effective.
They're so good. Like I swear by them.
I'm going to spend so much money.
You know, the Dew of the Gods, especially though, the price point is like
so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's other things that are a higher investment, but, you know, it's very much related to what you're going for. Kind of, you know, we talk about, some people will come in and say, so for example, one of our great products, one of probably our best seller, is a CE Ferulic, so an antioxidant, vitamin C for the face from SkinCeuticals. Price point higher. I think it's around $190. Where, you know, you see something like The Ordinary will have one for $9. Well, what's the difference?
Yeah.
It's really the quality of that L-ascorbic acid. So we're using straight, a really high potent L-ascorbic acid that, you know, costs, I think it's something like tens of thousands of dollars a kilogram.
Holy moly.
You know, to make and to compound these skincare ingredients. Crazy studies in, you know, the Journal of Dermatology. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with The Ordinary. Just expect different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, yeah.
So Yeah. So there's, that's it. No shame in the game.
Excuse me. Sorry, podcast burps.
Our favorite.
I just ate ramen. Sorry.
Where do you get ramen? Did you bring it or did you buy it?
No, it's from, okay, so.
She goes to the gas. She goes to the
low key, the gas station.
Yeah.
Just right here is the best. They have samosas, which sounds really shady when you're like, oh yeah, I got gas station samosas. They know what they're doing. Yeah. They also sell like trays of like butter chicken.
Yum.
I didn't know that.
Oh God. These guys are like, Matt DeMo loves the samosas. So if that says anything, it should count for it. But they also have just like a whole section of just like instant noodles.
Amazing.
And they have like the actual like Japanese one. I get the tonkatsu and it's like just really good. It's
amazing.
Yeah.
That does sound,
I like me a ramen.
In Montreal, it's such a thing to just get beef patties at random convenience stores. So it's giving me the same vibe, and they're the best ones.
I like that.
Straight up.
Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah. I love a beef patty.
Yeah. Just be like, or when you're getting off the metro, like just a little patty station, it's like resurface with the beef patty. No big deal.
I do that. I would definitely do that.
I do it all the time.
Well, stick. Okay. Yeah. Can you tell us more about the main character?
Yeah.
Which is new.
It is new. So that should be, massive fingers crossed, opening at the end of the month in Picton. So really just wanted to create, the Beauty Collective, while we're still very fun, there's probably Beyonce or some sort of other rap artist playing when you come in. It's still not your traditional kind of Zen spa.
Yeah.
This is just on the total opposite end of it. It's all built around a big bar where you have your nails done, like ceiling installations. Everything's covered in crazy colored material. It's like a very desaturated circus in there.
Okay.
So
cool.
We're looking more at like the bar vibes here.
Yeah.
So nails, facials, hair removal, and then we also have IVs. So
wait, what?
Custom created and compounded IVs for you. And on Sundays, we're just turning the place into an entire social lounge of IVs. So you can come in, replenish from the weekend, just boost your immunity, do whatever you're kind of going.
Add it to the road trip. This is a thing, though. I'm seeing like influencers do this where they go and get their IV. They go to like an IV bar. And what is it? It's just fluids and stuff?
Yeah, exactly. So,
vitamins?
Even if you just took a regular bag of normal saline, which is the base for most IVs that you're getting, you're hydrating yourself. You're going to feel amazing anyways. But now we're boosting it with different vitamin complexes. So kind of supporting, if you're looking for immune support, a lot of people looking for hangover support, different things like that. So we can really customize and help different systems in the body.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
My sister is going to be so stoked about this. Well, she has like this medical condition. It's called POTS.
Okay.
And sometimes she just like can't drink, can't eat. And she's like, I just wish there was like a place that I can get just like a hydrating IV. Like I just need to get an IV. She's like, I hate it because she goes to the hospital right now every time she needs one.
Right.
She's like, I don't care. I'll pay for it. I'll just go. I just need fluids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, she's going to love this.
Yeah. It's just a really nice treatment to have. And so it's just going to be a really, really fun kind of cool place to hang out.
And like
nice treatments though too, like beautiful setting, but quality treatments as well.
Oh, I want to know how you came up with the name because I love the name.
Oh, well, thank you. Honestly, we wanted everyone to know that like when you walk in here, it's all about you. You are the main character.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah. I thought that's what it was. And I'm like, I love it so much.
And is it on Main Street?
It also is on Main Street, which is amazing.
Perfect.
But the plan is now to just duplicate this. So we have, I have my sights set on a few other cities that will hopefully be opening in. We have a big plan for it. So just
you're a pretty big deal and we have you on the pod.
I wouldn't go that far, but
hopefully this gets us going too.
I think you're a big deal.
Oh, yeah, I do too. After reading about you, I was like, shit, this is going to be good.
Did my mom write it?
No, I think it was your blog. It was your blog.
No, Katie's like the best at like writing like the hype up like intros.
Hype people up. Researching is my skill.
Not mine.
She puts everything on social media though when
I just make things move.
That's amazing. That's a great skill to have as well.
Yeah.
Great
combined, we are magical.
Exactly.
That's why this works.
What's your best skincare tip?
Honestly, SPF.
Yes.
She's going to say SPF. I was like,
I put money on it. I was like, I bet you she's going to answer this one with SPF.
Yeah. Really, that part of it really just comes down to healthcare, right? Yeah. The SPF is protecting you. And then my second best would be just the best skincare is what you're going to be consistent with. So if you're a 12-step girly or man or anything in between, then cool, rock it. If you're going to be consistent with that, fantastic. If you're a 3-step, fantastic. If you want facials every month, fantastic. Obviously, we love that. If you want them when the seasons change, fantastic. If you want them once a year on your birthday, fantastic. It's just don't shame yourself and just protect yourself. That's it.
I love that.
Wow.
See, like,
really
and that's
good.
what it's like. That's the whole vibe I get every time I go into the Beauty Collective.
Yeah.
It always just feels comfortable. And it's like,
Good.
no, I don't feel judged
No.
because,
No, we're for everybody, we work our hardest to make sure that we're taking everybody that we can into account, from background, sizing, the machines that we have working on different skin colors, being, really familiar, making sure we're educating on that. Our whole team is trans friendly and trained specifically for that. Like we work really hard to make sure that everybody can feel good there and can feel safe there and can really just treat themselves. So
I don't know if you guys still do the Do Finance.
yeah, we do.
Yeah. So it's also like they have a financing thing.
We do.
That makes it super accessible money-wise.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so cool.
And they have really nice rates. That was one of the other things. They don't upcharge. They don't, they just work with people to help make these treatments accessible for them, which is really great. And we do our best to promo things when we can too. And, but working with them has been awesome because it does make it very accessible for people.
That's so cool. I feel like I learned so much. And I'm definitely coming for a treatment.
Please do.
Yeah, I need to come for a consult.
Yeah, come for a consult.
I have lots of concerns.
I mean, honestly, and then you can a really good plan. You can be educated and understand what you're looking for, and also start that relationship. You're in a really vulnerable spot when you're receiving a beauty treatment. So
Yeah. I think that's like the hard thing too, is like people, it's like, yeah, okay, I'm going for a beauty treatment, but it's like you have to be a little bit vulnerable.
Absolutely.
And it's like, okay, it's like, I know this isn't the greatest, but I want to fix it. And it's like that whole moment of like, accepting that you have a fault, which is, I'm awful for it because I think I'm perfect, but
I'm like the opposite. I'm like, everything's wrong. It's fine.
Everything is wrong, but it's also perfectly wrong.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's
and I
fair.
think that's the other really important thing is, as unique and as amazing as every person is, we've seen it before. We're not going to go home and think about it when we leave,
Love it.
We're going to think about meeting you and how nice you are, but we're not going to be like, ooh, that like angle on her cheek on that left side. Damn, that's uneven. Like, no, we're not.
Not those people.
Once you leave, we're going to chart it so we know when you come back what our plan is, and then it's gone from our mind. Even, when it comes to, we do waxing, body waxing, laser. So it's like, we've seen it all. It is what it is. We're going to forget it the second we walk out of that room in the best way possible.
Good.
Magical.
Yeah.
Can we rapid fire?
Can we rapid fire you?
Yeah, go for it.
Go.
What's your favorite trait in your partner?
Oh my God, he's so supportive.
Oh, that's really cute.
That's really nice.
Yeah, he's the best.
What's your love language?
Acts of service.
Same. I am also acts of service.
Followed very closely by gifts. But it could be like a candy. It doesn't have to be like
it could just be a little thing.
Just like you thought of me. I love that,
It's funny because my partner I'm acts of service and she's a physical touch or whatever. And I hate being touched. So I'm like,
I think physical touch is like my lowest one. I'm quality time.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, quality time and then acts of service.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, I just want you to chill with me.
Mm-hmm.
And like, but quietly on the other couch.
Don't touch me.
Yeah. I want to love you from a distance.
Yeah.
Quietly on the other couch and please make me dinner.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye. What's your favorite product that you carry at the Beauty Collective?
Right now, I'm very much into our phytocorrective mist because I generally have red skin and I've noticed a massive change in my skin since using it. It's just this beautiful mist that goes on, calms everything. It feels lovely to put on. It smells lovely. That's my current obsession, and always SPF all day, every day.
Okay, so quick question.
Yeah.
If somebody doesn't wear SPF and they want to start, how should they start?
Oh, yeah,
like
that's a great
what
question.
number should they start at? Because it's like there's all these numbers and it gets confusing and it's like.
I would say in an ideal world, if you can do a minimum of 30, that's great. Again, with SPF, the best SPF is the one you're going to use consistently. Mm-hmm. Keep in mind when you're putting it on, 2 fingers worth. 2 lines down your finger covers your face, your ears, and down underneath your chin, and reapply every 2 hours. But be consistent.
Reapply my mind is
more often if you're sweating heavily or wet.
I keep it in my bag.
Yeah. We have a nice powder one. That's the one that I put on all day.
It's a powder.
Just brush it over all the time. But again, it's what you're going to use. The cleaner you can get, that's amazing. The more advanced you can start adding in antioxidants, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, you can get other really good skincare benefits from it. But what works for you budget-wise, time-wise, routine-wise is
cool. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite spot in Quinte?
I love going to the Lark. It's one of my favorite places
Still haven't
to
been
go.
there.
Oh, it's so
also
great.
my mom's favorite place.
I'm really into Bosco right now.
What's
which
that?
Is that the Black Ridge or it's at the golf course?
It's at the golf. I don't golf, but at Trillium, they opened this restaurant there. They used to own Linguini's, and it's great. The drinks are amazing. The food is great. The price point is cool. You're on the 18th hole of the golf course. So
okay.
I keep trying to find okay, I think it was like when they first opened, I tried to find the menu online and I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
And because I'm like an obsessive pre-planner, I like to know what I'm going to eat before I go.
Yeah, fair enough. I think it might be up now,
It's
though.
probably
And they have
up
a
now.
wood fire pizza oven there, too. So. And it's close to my house because I live north of the 401.
Perfect.
So, I mean, it just hits everything for me. And then, of course, like walking along the water here and the accessibility to the county, the accessibility to everything. It's a great area to be in.
It's like nice to be right in the middle of Toronto and Montreal.
It is. I mean, I honestly think I get the best of both worlds because I do get exposure to the city.
Yeah.
Most weekends I'll go up, typically on the weekend. My husband works there in Montreal now. So if I want to see him, I will go there. So I get the like amazingness of being here and then a few days of very stimulating city life and access to, some of the stores that I like or some of the cuisines that I like. And then, this is always going to be in his home for us. He even refers to this as like home.
Mm-hmm.
So we're very lucky in that sense. Definitely. Yeah.
Best thing you've ever eaten?
Oh my gosh. Best thing I've ever eaten. I don't know if there's one thing that I can think of.
You can give us multiples.
I really like sushi, and there's a torched sushi place in Vancouver called Miku. So that was probably one of my cooler meals that I have.
A vibe, yeah.
I would say any kind of place I can go to where you have like the experience. I was in Nashville for a conference and we did like one of those just sit at the kitchen and eat what they bring you kind of experiences.
I did that at Toro.
No way. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I'm more of like, I'm pretty easy to please. The experience and the kind of setting the vibe, if you will, makes it more for me, I would say. And anything on vacation is just amazing because you're on vacation, right?
Yeah.
So.
I need a vacation.
Same. Best advice you've ever received?
My best business advice ever was, and I will say it forever, is don't tell big ideas to small-minded people.
Fully agree.
Yeah.
Because they won't get
it. No, and they'll only tear you down. They'll make you second guess yourself. And it's really hard to come back from that once that's planted in your mind. So, and honestly, that and surround yourself with people that would, so cliche, like mention your name in a room of opportunities.
Yeah,
not,
for sure.
So I know the people that I surround myself with talk shit to my face and nice behind my back. And that's all I care about.
That's what you need, I think. I think that's really important.
That's exactly what I need in my life.
Like Josh LaBelle, we had him on last week and we just spent like a whole 5-10 minutes just like talking about how much we love you.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. I listened to part of that. I didn't get all of it. I have to listen to the end of it.
No,
now.
Just like how great you are.
I think it was in the beginning when we were on air.
I don't think we recorded it, but like we were like the whole.
I'm pretty sure I listened to that whole thing. Maybe I didn't though. Maybe I stopped.
No, it was just like we just had a whole hype up session. So he's definitely on your.
Oh, I adore him.
He's you
so
up.
Awesome. He's been such a dream to work with. And again, like bringing these really cool, similar to what we're trying to do, which is bring technologies that just don't exist here and, services that don't exist here. He's bringing that on, the production side, which is so cool and super admirable as well. And Becca have done so well with their brand. And it was really cool to hear, kind of Becca wasn't happy, so he was like, I'm going to just start, making a blog about why it's great here. And it's like, I love that.
I thought it was great.
I love it. That's so smart.
Makes me happy. He was fun.
Yeah,
and you
he's
were
awesome.
Fun. This was amazing. I learned a lot.
Well, I'm glad.
And now I'm coming to the Beauty Collective.
Please do.
You're going to love it.
Do you have anything you want to shout out? Like Instagram, events?
Yeah, for
anything?
sure. I mean, give us a follow on Instagram at The Beauty Collective by INJCT and the Main Character PEC, and then myself, Samm Foley. I just show a lot of behind the scenes kind of what it's like running a business, what it's like splitting your time between two cities, things that I like, very random things that don't have to do with anything.
I like your Friday like roundups of all the things.
You.
There's like, these are the things I love this week.
And
I'm like, I love that.
Yeah, you should. It's really actually like love doing it because you just sit there and think about all the things that make you happy. And it's really, really
it's
nice.
Like a therapy thing.
It is. It's just like a gratitude session essentially, right? So it's something that I do as much for myself. And the amount of people like, I love reading it. I'm like, oh,
I love reading it too. It's great.
Well, I love that. Thanks. So, and then, recently it's been heavy on the Montreal content because we just got our place there September long weekend. So back to Montreal. So we were in Toronto before for 7 years, kind of back and forth. So a little bit of a further drive, but
yeah, it's a little bit of a
further.
journey.
We used to be door to door like an hour and 45 here to our Toronto place. And now it's 3.5 hours, but it's not terrible. I'm pretty good at driving now. Like I'll use an hour for kind of work, catch up, like make work calls or meetings where I don't have to write anything down, and then use an hour to catch up with friends and be social. And then I'll typically use an hour to listen to a book or a podcast or something that I enjoy.
Listen to us.
Oh yeah, I have.
I love it.
I absolutely have. So definitely Babes of Quinny presence in my Montreal drive. That's
exciting.
Well, you've been great, and thank you.
Thanks.
I feel like you're so busy, so for taking the time to do this.
Oh my gosh, it was an absolute pleasure. It was really fun. I welcome things like this. What an enjoyable part of my day.
Yay! You got anything, Kay?
No.
Okay, cool. I'm stopping it. That was amazing.
That was amazing. So great.
That was great. And
I'm very excited about
neither of
all
us
this.
have injections in our face, but
I want them.
have I been thinking about getting my 11s done since we talked to her? Yeah, because I hold a lot of tension in my forehead.
So I told my parents that I wanted to get a little bit of Botox, and they looked at me like I had foreheads. And they're like, what lines? And I was like, do you know?
It's preventative. That's what everyone says.
It's preventative. But yeah, no, I think I want, I definitely want, I think I might want a lip flip.
The flip. Yeah. I know people that.
I just didn't realize like how natural it could look. And I'm like, I am about that life.
I know a lot of people who have it and it looks so natural.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have very full lips, if I do say so myself.
You have nice lips.
But I would get Botox in my forehead. Because I was always thinking about if you get migraines, you can get Botox from a neurologist. But it's the whole thing. But if I just got my 11s done and it relieves some of my migraine.
I think that is like the coolest thing.
Yeah.
And it makes total sense.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah. Did you know you can get Botox for sweating too?
Yeah, I did know that. You can get it in your armpit.
That's wild.
In other news, I'm not depressed today, so that's
good.
Good.
I'm not either.
Look at us.
Surprising because it's so
gloomy.
freaking cloudy.
I know.
I think it's because there was a really big rain yesterday. And I don't know if it just like washed away all my sadness.
Yeah. And last week, if you were struggling, all the planets were in retrograde, apparently, or like 6 of them.
Are we allowed to talk about your sheep situation?
Yeah, they probably don't listen to this podcast. Last week, we're not on the farm anymore. There's a lot happening. And there's been a lot of stress and a lot of saddies. And then last week, on Thursday, I got a call from the OPP. And people gave us a ram they couldn't look after anymore. And then it passed away because it had never been around other sheep. Like stuff happened. It passed away. Farm animals, you have livestock, you have dead stock. It's a thing. Anyways, they didn't believe us that it died. They thought we were trafficking the sheep.
You're a sheep trafficker.
It was just a lot. And then I had to go find the body. It was a whole thing. It was.
Did you find the body?
Yeah, I had to dig through a dead stock pile.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I cried.
Oh my God.
Because I was just so overwhelmed digging through dead stock. I was like,
do they believe you now?
Yeah, they're going to cremate the body.
So you had to take it out of the dead stock pile?
Put it in a bag.
Are you serious?
Yeah, people be crazy. I guess though, as a livestock farmer, I just got really used to death.
Yeah, but like that just to like make somebody go through a dead stockpile is pretty.
I was like, Jeanette's mom flipped the pile, so it's buried now. And they're like, can you unflip it? And I was like, I'd rather not, but okay.
Yeah, because it's just like, for those who don't know, and I don't know, it's just dead animals and poop.
Yeah, pretty much. Because pretty much with all livestock, when you have like a lot of animals, you have dead stock. Especially it's like a thing with sheep. They love dying. You can try and save them. You know, you can be like, oh, this sheep's not doing so well. We'll get the vet in. The vet gives us stuff to help the sheep. The sheep should be doing fine, and it's still like, I'm dying.
I'm done.
And we're like,
it just checks out.
Yeah, I'm like, goats too. I could be wrong. Maybe that was just my experience, but yeah, so that was a lot last week. I had a lot of migraines and just like a lot of saddies because, you know, I thought I was at rock bottom. And then the OPP called me and I was like, cool.
It was because I was like,
our offices are right next to each other.
I was low key like, I was eavesdropping for sure.
Oh, yeah, I eavesdrop on everyone.
And I was like, what the hell is going on?
I was just so exhausted and had such a migraine.
Yeah, you were just like, am I in trouble?
Yeah, I was like...
And then that's when I was just kind of like, wait, hold on. Who's she talking to?
And he was like, no, the OPP officer was very nice. And he was like, I think it was just like a misunderstanding. I was like, I swear it's dead. Like,
oh my God. They must have been, I really hope they said many thanks when you gave them this bag.
They didn't. They still have to come get it. They didn't even thank me. I don't think they realized what I did, but
I would lay it out for them so they know.
They are horse farmers. I guess they're horse people. And I think like horse farms and like livestock operations are like different.
Well, yes, because people take horses very seriously.
Yeah.
Like extra seriously. And I get that. Like they're expensive. And
I think one thing to know about, I could talk about farming a lot, but it is still fresh. The wound's still fresh with farming, but hopefully I'll do it again. But with livestock farmers, there's a whole thing where like they're gruff. We're gruff, I guess. And like we do love our animals.
Of course you do.
It sucks to see them die, but at the same time, you know, like it's during
kind of
lambing season, yeah, like a lamb may be stuck. We get it out. We try and bring it back to life. It's dead. I remember like a lamb dying in my hands and me like having like a full mental breakdown because I was just so sad that I couldn't save it. And then, you know, you have to go lamb the next sheep. Like there's just.
But that's also like the circle of life. Like that's the way it is.
That's it.
It's like you love them for the time that they're here. Yeah. And then.
Exactly. And like, yeah, like if my dog died, I'll be devastated. But again, circle of life. Yeah. I guess. This is a depressing ending. Should we end it on a high note?
A high note. We have some exciting guests lined up.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited for the next little while.
Yeah. No, the schedule is looking muy bueno.
Muy bueno. And I do want to plan like October, we go to all the places we've talked to. Like
we need to have a birthday dinner lunch.
Yeah. At La Condesa. And we need to go to the County Emporium.
Yes.
Because she just hid Ken and Barbie dolls everywhere. And if you
saw
find them, you get shout out Kate Shaw. That looks fun.
That was really cute.
Yeah. And we have some cool people coming next. And keep our numbers going, please.
Yeah, we're pretty stoked about the response.
No one believed in us Virgos.
You know what's funny, though, is like I remember like pitching this idea and then being like, okay. And then I'm just kind of like, now it's like, oh yeah, we're at like 800 downloads.
No big deal.
No big deal. We're kind of famous, whatever.
Kind of famous in our own little corner of the office.
And by, famous, I mean like.
In our own brand.
Yeah.
But I did.
By myself.
I embroidered her a patch of.
It's so cute.
They're just going to get better and better. So maybe we'll do a patch giveaway. I love a giveaway.
I love a good giveaway. And we have magnets coming.
Yeah, you ordered magnets.
We did.
And of course, if there's anyone you want us to interview, send it to us. And anything else? Live, love, laugh, cry. I don't know.
Yeah.
Live, love, cry.
Live, love, laugh, love, cry. What's the actual?
Live, love, laugh. Live,
cry.
love, cry. No, I don't. I only know live, laugh, cry.
Oh gosh.
Like my computer background says, alive, ha 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 ha, fuck. And we'll end it there. Bye.